Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And this story, man, what is happening with our law enforcement individuals? Whether it's our city and state police officers that have gone rogue, whether it is the tremendous understaffing of many of our police departments throughout our major cities. Chicago needs like 2,000 police officers. St. Louis in this metropolitan area needs at least 500 to 700. New York City, which has the largest police department, needs at least 2,500 to 3,000 officers. So what does that say for our public safety? But for those who are in law enforcement, some of them have gone rogue and have crossed the criminal line. As you know, here recently, the chief of police out of New York City just resigned a week or two ago over Essex harassment issues. And now I have a story about a Secret Service officer who breached security and took his lover to the Obamas beach house in Hawaii a couple of years ago. And this young lady, the lover, wrote a memoir about it. So this just happened a few years ago. This is a Secret Service agent. While the Obamas were out of town, he was sending pictures, actually took his lover to the Obamas' house while the Obamas weren't there. She did not have a security clearance, and also he was married. And of course, subsequently, he got fired. But let's go into what actually happened and the details of it. Secret Service agent breached security, took lover to Obama's Hawaii beach house, memoir says. New report details Secret Service flaws. A special commission launched by the Homeland Security Secretary concludes that the assassination attempt on former President Trump points to more risk within the agency's protection. Talking about the Secret Service. A Secret Service agent tasked with protecting former President Barack Obama knowingly and repeatedly breached his duties while trying to woo a love interest and living a double life, according to a new memoir by the agent's former girlfriend. In the book, Undercover Heartbreak, a memoir of trust and trauma, Coria Dewanyan describes a series of potential security lapses, including a time when she said she was invited to join the senior Secret Service agent to the Obama's beachfront property in Hawaii in 2022 while the Obamas were away. He had already sent her several photos of the house a week earlier and suggested a tour. He said, "No one will know. If anything, I'm the one who could get in trouble," says the agent in the memoir, where he is giving the pseudonym Dale. He then tried to get her to fool around in the First Lady's bathroom, according to Dewanyan. We would have set Essex in Michelle Obama's bathroom like a mile-high club, Dewanyan claims that the Secret Service agent said. The senior agent's alleged violations of fundamental regulations prompted an internal investigation by the Secret Service. The self-published memoir was released on October 28th, adding another reputational shiner to the agency after a major security lapse in the summer that led to calls for operational reform. The Secret Service has faced intense scrutiny since a gunman attempted to assassinate Donald Trump, the former president who has since been reelected, while he campaigned at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania in July. That incident, which prompted the ouster of the agency's director, was called a historic security failure by the Secret Service in an independent review by the Department of Homeland Security. The U.S. Secret Service top priority is ensuring the safety and security in our protectees, and any actions that compromise this commitment are addressed with the utmost seriousness, according to the agency's chief of communications. The agency's chief of communications confirmed that an incident matching the book's Hawaii anecdote had occurred, and that upon finding out, a probe was launched and the agent involved was ultimately fired. On November 6, 2022, a Secret Service agent involved in protective functions brought an individual who did not have authorized access into a protectee's residence without permission, the chief of communications person said. As soon as the Secret Service became aware of the incident, the agent involved was immediately suspended and after a full investigation was terminated. Although the protectees were not present at the time of the incident, talking about the Obamas, these actions were an unacceptable violation of our protocols, our protectees' trust, and everything we stand for, he continued. The former agent and prominent character in the book did not respond to requests for comment from ABC News. According to her memoir, Dewanian first met the Secret Service agent while he was assigned to the security detail of the Obama family and while she was vacationing in Martha's Vineyard in 2022. He said he was divorced and had been for nearly a decade, Dewanian said. As their relationship developed, the author said, so did her concerns about the man that she had fallen for. She would later come to find out that the agent was still married, according to the book. There were major red flags, she said, breaches of trust and of his job, the author said by a phone interview to ABC News. One of my friends even joked, you are a walking national security risk. Finally, Ms. Dewanian said she sent an email to his boss outlining her fears related to the agent's safety, as well as his family's and her own. She wrote that by then he had met the agent. She wrote that by then she had met the agent's boss several times in Hawaii, and she explained that she had his direct contact information from emails that the agent had shared with her. He has violated all kinds of private information on the Secret Service, including his boss. You talking about a breach of security on a worldwide national level. The agent's boss immediately set up an exhaustive interview with the agents in the inspection division of the Secret Service's Office of Professional Responsibility, Dewanian told ABC. The meeting would last nearly 4 hours, as she wrote in the book. They realized that not only had Dale, who was the Secret Service agent, shared photos of the Obama's house, but he had also brought me there, Dewanian wrote. She showed them photos on my phone to corroborate what I was saying. Scrolling through pictures of Alicia Keys' house, Steven Spielberg's boat, Melinda Gates, Tyler Perry, and Amal Clooney. He was really oversharing, Ms. Dewanian recalled to one of the agents. The agent told her personal tidbits he should have not, Dewanian said on the phone with ABC News. Those tidbits he shared span across protectees, she said, ranging from information about background on Mike Pence, Vice President Mike Pence at the time, whom the agent had been assigned to during his vice presidency under Trump, to details about the Obamas. So this Secret Service agent, anonymously known as Dale, also did security for Mike Pence. She said that he volunteered and gave her, she said, I knew their code names. I knew what day Orange Theory was, what day Michelle Obama had private tennis lessons, and when her personal trainer came, Dewanian said. Things that I should not have been privy to as a civilian. What in the world is going on with people today? And what is taking place with many of these men in high positions that are willing to risk their entire careers for a woman? And this woman was not even his wife. And there are parallels with this, even with the chief of police who just resigned out of New York NYPD recently under Eric Adams' administration, who just left his post with a top police position in New York City under harassment issues of a female subordinate, which I just did a video yesterday or the day before about. What is going on in many of these men's mind? Of course, we know the stereotype for years and years, decades, that men in high positions, whether it's corporate America, whether it's in government, have taken advantage of scenarios, especially trying to ascertain certain women. Many of these men you'll find are married and are having these liaisons either on the job or during work time. So the chief of police in New York is harassing a subordinate, another police officer in one particular situation here recently. And then you have this Secret Service agent who is trying to entertain by any means necessary a young lady who's not his wife, who was still married, and then breaching the highest level of security by inviting her and engaging with her at the Obama's Hawaii residence. Not his own, but faking and pretending almost like it was his house. And for these men to think that these women that they're having these liaisons with are not going to go out and tell somebody, they must be having a mental breakdown. Not only did she tell somebody, she wrote a memoir about it. So the chief of police in New York City, involved in an alleged liaison with a female subordinate police officer, of course, she's telling. And in this particular situation, this young lady with this Secret Service agent wrote a memoir where the whole world can see it. What kind of arrogance and hubris did these two individuals in particular have, the chief of police of New York and this Secret Service agent, to think that they could have this secret affair in the dark and that it would not come to light? As soon as you think that the unbelievable will not become the believable, it will, and the unforeseen will be seen. I don't know where we're headed in today's time, but this is a very unfortunate situation, and you're putting an ex-president and his family at risk by inviting and exposing individuals who have not had a security clearance and been cleared to ascertain and to entertain at the Obama's residence. We've got to check and vet our police officers, our FBI agents, our Secret Service folks, any of our people in law enforcement, to make sure that they're doing the right thing at all times. This is a very embarrassing and unfortunate circumstance, and luckily it ended in a decent way, and they got rid of this bad seed, this bad apple, and this Secret Service agent who thought that he could do anything, anytime, even while on the job, and allowing a complete stranger to enter the Obama's Hawaiian vacation home, pictures being displayed showing the outlay of the residence, showing pictures of other folks' homes, even introducing this young lady to his boss on several occasions. There has to have been a mental breakdown or this false utopian existence that this Secret Service agent thought that he lived in and he would not get caught. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald experience, and a very embarrassing experience for our National Secret Service Agency, for this gentleman to breach these kind of security clearances that involve the Obama's Miami vacation home. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience.